Hello everyone, and thanks for tuning in to today's video. I want to use today's video to talk about the El Nino that could well be on the way for the second half of 2012. But before I get on with the video, I just want to talk about the ads on gavsweathervids.com. There'll always be a video ad or just a general ad overlaying my videos. Please play those video ads because you'll be supporting gavsweathervids.com if you do. If it's just a general ad, well, just see what the ad's all about, and if you find it interesting, then click through to the advertiser, because you'll be letting the advertiser know that you like what they're advertising and what we're doing, and again, you'll be supporting gavsweathervids.com. but obviously you have to be interested in the ad. Don't just click and go through. If you're not interested, you've got to be interested in the ad and actually want to see what the ad is all about. But if it's a video, then just play the video, and again, you'll be able to see what the ad is all about. Now, on the 24th of February this year, I did a video about El Nino, and I said that we could well have an El Nino on the way. Now, the first El Nino video that I did is going to be just underneath this video on my El Nino page. So click through to the El Nino page. You'll be able to see the first video that I did on the 24th of February just underneath this one. And that video really explains what El Nino is, and it gives some detail on what the effects can be. Not all while the effects they aren't uniform across all parts of the world, every El Nino, but it does give you some of the basic characteristics that we can see with El Nino. So go to that video if you aren't sure what El Nino is and want an explanation about it, because I'm not going to have time to do it in this video. This video is just going to be looking at the El Nino effect that could be coming. So if you want more detail about El Nino, what it is and how it affects the planet, then do please go to my first video that I did on the 24th of February. It's just underneath this one on my El Nino page. So this first chart we're going to look at is the sea surface temperature anomalies from the Unisys.com website. Now, I'm going to put a link to this website on my links page, so just go to the links tab, click on that, go through to my links page, and you'll be able to see the link for Unisys.com, and go through to Unisys. You'll be able to see these charts yourself. Are updated every day, and they have the SST, the sea surface temperature anomalies throughout the entire oceans of the world. And what we're going to look at here for El Nino is the Pacific. Now, El Nino is a warming of the equatorial Pacific from Peru to Indonesia. I do have to say that for this video. And this is Peru here. We see it just here on the eastern side of Latin America. And this is Indonesia over here. And it's along this line here that we get warming and cooling of those sea surface temperatures. In a warming, it's El Nino. In a cooling, it's a La Nina. And we do see that for right now, the 14th of April, when I'm doing this video, we have got warming taking place on this equatorial coast of Peru. And we've got some warm waters showing up there, and those warm waters are beginning now to spread out in towards the Pacific, the equatorial Pacific. Now, it hasn't quite reached the region that we need to look at to have an El Nino. That's a little bit further to the west, around this area here. I'm highlighting just here with the mouse. But nevertheless, we are seeing some warming up this Pacific coast of Peru, and beginning now to move out in towards the Pacific, the equatorial Pacific. And we've still got quite cool sea surface temperatures further west. That's from the La Nina that we've been in for the last couple of years, but it is fading. So that's the situation right now. Warming is taking place off the coast of Peru and beginning to spread out in towards the equatorial Pacific. Now, what we need to look at is what the forecasts are wanting to do with this warming that's taking place up this Pacific coast of Peru. So let's have a look at the Indian Ocean model. This is the Jamstec model, the IOD model from Japan. And we're going to have a look at this. This is the latest update. It just updated yesterday. This is for April 2012. And if you want to see this model, by the way, go to my links tab tab again, go to the links page again, and you'll see the link for the Jamstech IOD model, and you'll be able to see these charts for yourself as well. Now this is what the model is predicting on its latest update for April 2012. These are sea surface temperature anomalies, and again we see that warming up the coast of Peru there. That's the warming up we've got right now going on, and yes, it does take that warming out in toward the Pacific. This area here is where the Pacific region is to actually have an El Nino classified. You can get warming towards the coast of Peru, and you can get warming around Indonesia, but if it doesn't happen in this central part of the Pacific, then it isn't really classified as an El Nino. But this model is showing that as we go through the summer, June to August, we are seeing that warming taking place in the central Pacific. And if we move the model on to the autumn, to September to November, we can see that El Nino, that warming of the Pacific, has stretched further out. Now all regions of the equatorial Pacific are above average or averaging. Yes, we have got warming in this central part. And as we move through in towards December to February, again we do see that it is going the model for basically warmer than average Pacific here. Now it's not a dramatically warmer than average Pacific, so we aren't seeing a strong El Nino being forecast by Jamstech yet, but nevertheless the Jamstech IOD model is going for an El Nino this summer and persisting in towards, I have to say towards, it perhaps not all the way through, but certainly in towards the autumn and the winter. Of course, El Nino reached its peak around Christmas, so you would expect it to still be going for this a bit of a warming here through the December to February period. But this period is actually starting to show it fading, and that is what you would expect. You'd expect it to peak in December and then fade away. Now let's have a look at the CFS model. This is the model from the United States. This is their long range forecasting model, CFS version 2. I use this for my month ahead videos, and this also has a sea surface temperature prediction. And this, what you're looking at here, is the ensemble mean of the model. So this line here is basically showing that the ensemble means of the CFS model, the global forecasting model in the United States, is lifting above normal. This is normal here along this line. We've been below normal. Move that way, you can see this. We've been below normal for a long time with the La Nina. The model is lifting that ensemble mean above normal, and look what happens as we go through the year. It takes it further up here, so we get to October, and it's above 1 degree above normal here, the sea surface temperature anomaly of the El Nino region. And once we get through to around November or December, that the model is actually taking it quite a bit above 1 Celsius. So this is actually going for quite a moderate El Nino here. It's probably going for a little bit of a stronger El Nino than the Jamstech model is. It's not taking it right up the mean. It's not giving us a very strong El Nino, but it is probably giving us a moderate El Nino here, with the line going up towards 1.5. That's 1.5 degrees above average, and that, as I say, is a moderate El Nino effect. Now, if you have a look at the individual charts for the sea surface temperatures that the CFS model is predicting, and again, this is the region we need to be looking at here, the equatorial Pacific from Peru to Indonesia. And again, we do see that for the month of July, the model is going for that sea surface temperature to be above normal here from Peru, stretching out in towards the equatorial Pacific, the mid-equatorial Pacific at any rate. The red colours here indicate temperatures of 1 Celsius or more above average, and that is stretching out in towards the equatorial Pacific, and the 0.5 degree temperatures are stretching out even further than that. And if we move through further on, so we go to September, we can see the red area has expanded. Again, this is a very classic look of an El Nino taking place here. going through into October, and this is as far as we can go right now. The El Nino has expanded even further, so notice how the red area moves from where it is in July, when it's just starting off, to October, where we've got a very good El Nino going on here. As I say, it's not desperately strong, it's not going to be a mega El Nino event according to the CFS model, but it is a moderate event. It will be enough to impact much of the globe with the effects that El Nino has. As I say, if you want to know what El Nino does to the globe, take a look at the first video that I did on my El Nino page. And as I say, this is a classic look of an El Nino taking place through the course of 2012, certainly through the summer and the autumn. It'll carry on probably, if this is right, in towards December, reaching its peak around Christmas before fading through the course of the second half of the winter of 2012-2013. Now I'm going to keep you updated on this because this is going to be a big story through the second half of 2012, but right now it is looking as though my call on the 24th of February was the correct one. The confidence of an El Nino through the second half of 2012 is increasing. The models are going for this, and as I'll keep you updated, see if this carries on being the case, but right now it looks as though we've got an El Nino on the way for the second half of 2012. That's all for now.